Hi everyone! Last week's trends was all about Google, so let's jump right in. Google has unleashed Gemini 3, its most advanced AI model yet, boasting state-of-the-art reasoning and multimodal capabilities across text, image, video, and code. The rollout includes integration into Search and the Gemini app, signaling Google's intent to reclaim leadership in the AI race. All right, so what a wonderful time to release a new AI model just in time for the holidays. So it gives a lot of users some time to actually play around with it. Now, when it comes to the benchmarks, I believe it's almost standard for these new models to claim leadership on top of these benchmarks. So as a user, for me, what's more exciting is being able to utilize it much like with ChatGPT. It's multimodal, so you're able to generate images with it. You're able to do translation. You're able to, actually code along with it, etc. What caught my eye mostly was the demo where they actually created an actual retro style game. To me, this will really help with the rapid prototyping or making demos for video games. So utilizing it in that capacity has been exciting to try it out, and I can't wait to actually do so over the holiday break. Google's image generation tool, Nano Banana, has received a serious upgrade with Nano Banana Pro, built on Gemini 3 and tailored for high-fidelity visuals, improved text rendering, and professional-level control. The update targets creators and enterprises alike, making image synthesis not just playful, but production-ready across languages, layouts, and asset types. So I think that what Google showed off with Nano Banana really, to me, shows a really big step forward. I think in image generation, I like the examples that they used. It really made it clear some of the advantages that you would have being a professional user, wanting to use this for storyboarding, using this for advertisement. I think this is something that's really going to help a lot of startups, and I think that this definitely is something that I can't personally wait to try. Right, so of course this was really viral last week, especially in the anime community. A lot of users were using this to actually translate and actually color manga scenes, and the model was actually pretty good at doing these translations and coloring manga even without the reference image. So this will definitely be most likely a tool that could be used in the translation industry, and to me, of course, just shows how powerful this model is. One of the things that I really am glad that it's sticking with is the Synth ID, which offers transparency. For example, we're going to have a lot of images that are going to be looking more realistic and hard to differentiate every day. And so at least Google's doing something about it, giving us an option to explore and test whether the images that are generated were generated using these new tools. And yeah, I'm glad that it's also coming not just for the images, but for audio and video in the future. Google has publicly refuted widespread posts suggesting that Gmail email content is being harvested to train its AI models, such as Gemini. A company spokesperson emphasized that existing smart features in Gmail are unchanged and that no Gmail content is used for AI training in the way the social media post claimed. Nonetheless, the controversy has sparked renewed scrutiny around privacy, consent, and transparency in AI ecosystems. So I saw this, of course, on my social media feed, and immediately I went to the settings to see if I had smart features checked on, and if it mentioned that it was going to be training, Gemini models, as we saw with LinkedIn, that if we opted in, which we were by default, we were going to actually be using our profiles to train some of those models. And then I realized those were the same features that had always been there, which was the auto generation, auto completion, suggestions for next thing, etc. And I didn't see anything about using it to train the AI models. So then I realized maybe this might have been something along the lines of jumping the gun. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, so a typical unfortunate example of misinformation happening in the world of AI. So, many people are already concerned with the privacy and security and what data is being used to train models. So, you can imagine that many people were afraid upon hearing this news. And as of this video, Malwarebytes, which was one of the viral posts that was informing users about this, potential security or privacy issue, made a correction and, confirming that Google was correct that it's actually not training the content of the emails, which would be very concerning. So kudos that it did they did correct it very quickly. We still should be aware of how our data is being used or processed, but also shouldn't be quick to report something that could be misinforming. Well, that covers last week's top trending news. Let us know in the comments what you thought about last week's trending Google news.